College Football. I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. New Mexico State will kick it off and we'll be underway. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So Michigan's offense will dial up the first ball plays in this one. Time for an early look at one of our Heisman Trophy candidates, and while this award certainly caters to quarterbacks many times, Jesse, this guy's proving to be worth all the attention.
Yeah, he's delivering. And remember, David, there was a lot of preseason hype around this guy each and every week. This dude has been making big-time plays. To me, he looks much improved from a season ago, and he's got this up.
Oh, he's got some space. And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier.
Yeah, and that's not the start you wanted if you're on this defense. Like, you lost last week, looking to bounce back. One thing you can't do, man, give up explosive plays on the ground. This defense has to hunker in, dial in a little bit. Last week was a struggle. Let's get back on track.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's
unleashes one deep. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Back to throw, it's Underwood. Under fire. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And the pass is incomplete here on third down, but there is a flag. Let's check it out. Hold. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with the results of the play. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. And this will be a bit of a challenge, a 46-yard attempt from the right hash. It is perfect. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And on this opening drive, the D gave up some yards, but that's okay. They buckled down when they needed to. They forced the field goal, keeping the home crowd still engaged, still excited, and now they get the football.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. The Aggies offense has the ball for the first time. We'll be watching this matchup on the outside closely today, David, to see if this guy can get anything done one-on-one against one of the best corners in the game.
Well, and this corner really can shut down half the field, and that's a big problem. This offense, they really need to win this matchup. They need their wide receiver to beat that defensive back, and I don't know if that's possible. He's just so good and so consistent. Palmer, you tell me how you're going to win this matchup.
Well, you're not going to win it every play, that's for sure. And you can't avoid that side of the field the entire game. I think it's just going to come down to this offense in the critical down and distances when there's a third down and the coverage dictates that you've got to throw it against him. That's the play you need your receiver to win. And whether or not they have a guy that can win that matchup offensively, we're going to find out here pretty soon.
Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. He'll do it himself. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Got it in the middle. It's Smith. Open space at the 25. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. He'll keep it himself. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this, in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure.
Touchdown, New Mexico State. Quick strike through the air for the score.
And it's so underrated, the relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. A little bit of feeling each other out. They're down 7-3 as they open this drive. And the DB making a huge play, knocking it away downfield.
Man, these balls thrown way down the field. This is a lot of times when you see those pass interference or receivers adjusting to the ball and DBs not. This time you could tell the defender did a great job understanding where the ball was going, got his hand on it, made sure.
Open field on the right. Did the work himself. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39. One big play and you go from a little backed up to threatening. It's 1st and 10 from the 40. That's caught. It's Morgan. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And a great job by the defense seeing it right away, reacting to the screen, going and getting the football, and getting the fast playmaker on the ground.
Looking to throw, it's Underwood. Quickly to the tight end. Brought down at the 21-yard line, a 15-yard pickup, and they are in prime position to get points now.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Runs through the tackle. Not a lot going on there. Picked up a couple. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Wants to go up top. Hauls it in. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
The Wolverines are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They want to run this quarterback. Stopped at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right? And having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his head down, and he took off and went running and generated an explosive play for the offense.
He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Making side adjustments here. Back to pass. Touchdown Wolverines. Fitted in the window for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Got his man downfield. Turning it on. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41 after the good game there. They used a chunk play to cross midfield, and they've got it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab. It's Williams. He stops him at the 31, but not before. He picks up 10 yards on the play. Offense threatening, 1st and 10 from the 31. Looking to throw on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
Going for 6. Touchdown, Aggies. The offense cashing it in on that drive. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
And with the extra point, they're up 14-10. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the capper, a 19-yard toss for the touchdown. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. On the run from inside his own 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Neither team's wasted time putting points on the board. They've got it back, down 14-10. Using his legs, it's Marshall. Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Got a man. It's Moore. Gets it out to about the 35-yard line. That's where they'll mark him out of bounds, and this offense trying to put something together. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. And a good pickup to move the chains, and the clock will expire, and that's how they'll be set up to start the 2nd quarter. That's the end of the quarter. New Mexico State has the lead. We put 1 in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the 2nd quarter. So 1st down here as they go back to work. Looking to throw, it's Underwood. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Finds his man. It's Moore. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Rolls inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and now they're threatening.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
They'll try it over the left side. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Power football with the run. Knocked down after a gain of 1 to the 27.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. That's caught. It's Moore. He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it up to 12.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. To throw, it's Underwood. Tight end finds a soft spot. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you don't limit that yards after the catch. And he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the defense.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Michigan.
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll return it. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. The New Mexico State offense returns to the field. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. Finds his tight end. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Wide receiver going in motion. Out of the gun, the running back has it. He kept those legs moving, got 3 out to the 19. And the Aggies come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed in the middle, it's Payne. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. New Mexico State will be forced to punt. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. So here comes the Michigan offense. Basically everything they've tried has worked, scoring a couple of touchdowns and a field goal on their first 3 possessions. Using his legs, it's Marshall. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Caught, close to the marker, it's Moore. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Gain of 19 on the play.
And the Wolverines want to pick up the tempo. Might be calling a hot route. To the air, it's Underwood. Lets it fly. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
And those are frustrating. Like, those drops really annoy you because those running backs are always asking to be more a part of the game plan. Get the ball more, touch it more. An awesome opportunity in the pass game to make a play, ball right in his hands, and that is a missed opportunity.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job increasing it. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems...
Breaks into the open. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. The Wolverines are moving quickly down the field. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. Down to the 18-yard line, it's 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Finds his big tight end. Touchdown, Wolverines! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Man, this guy is an elite tight end. This guy is a dude. He keeps making plays like this. We're going to start comparing him to Brock Bowers and Kyle Pitts. The run after the catch, the big body, the athletic ability. He has it all.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Aggies offense will have another go at it. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half, down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really, really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Got it in the middle. It's long. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Wants to throw again. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep. Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. From the gun, wants to pass. Blasted as he lets it go. Another incompletion on third down. New Mexico State will be forced to punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. And this sophomore behind center has been really impressive so far. He's guided this offense with precision, and most of all, he has taken care of the football. Back to throw, it's Underwood. Pulls it in, it's Marsh. They get him on the ground late in the half. They have the first down at the 41.
That's a first down for the offense.
Looking downfield on first down. Pulls it in, it's Moore. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 and the 38, and these guys are on the move.
Right, second quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success, stringing some first downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
Now they've moved it just inside the 40. First and 10 from the 39. Wants to throw on first down. Scrambling away. Fires downfield. Got his man all by himself. Run out of bounds just before he could get it into the end zone, and now they're set up first and goal.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half for the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
Looking to get it in, and he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Michigan. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half, running the ball, throwing the ball. They add insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. Out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The New Mexico State offense returns to the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be concerned. If we're a little bit down, listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
Caught over the middle. It's Williams. Gets it inside the 40, brought down at the 39, and they can't stop the clock. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Looking to throw on first down. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit. They'll immediately call timeout.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Williams. The offense burns its third and final timeout of the half.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. He's looking to throw on third and short. How about this defense making a statement to end the half with a sack? They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. New Mexico State will be forced to punt.
In punt formation to kick it away.
Looks it all the way in and now turns his attention upfield. They'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Looks like it's been a terrific scene there today in Las Cruces. And it's clear the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first two quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Aggie Memorial Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. And the Wolverines will kick it away to start the second half. And he's coming out of the... And the ball's free, deep in his own territory. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now...
Touchdown, Wolverines! And the route is on.
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he's going to bring it out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Aggies offense will have another go at it. They've got a long road ahead of them if they want to get back into this game, but they have to get to work on this drive. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. They're dealing with a second and long. The play action fake. He's open on the right. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33. And this center downs gets started from the 33, first and 10. They'll move the tight end. They'll pull it on the read. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
It doesn't matter what run play you have called, if you're running it inside or outside. If the defense gets penetration, everything is done. And you saw it on that play right there. Great job by the D.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? They'll try the run. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
Here's the pressure. And the missed connection on third down. New Mexico State will be forced to punt. He'll try to really get into this one. He's got it. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. To the air, it's Underwood. He unleashes a long one. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play, and I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Got a man. It's Marsh. Big play. Takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows.
He'll take a deep shot here. Catch and stride inside the 15. A huge pickup on the play before he goes out of bounds, but the question is, will it stand? There is a penalty marker on the field. The big gain on offense, and the play will stand. The offense declines the penalty. A costly penalty for this defense gives them a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now has taken out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place, and that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
Wants to keep it in the air. Quarterback extends the play. He just threw that one away. Nobody was getting open. He had to live to find another play in the red zone. It'll be 3rd down. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start.
False start on offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Now this defense could really use a stop on 3rd down as the offense has had its way.
Delay of game. Offense.
Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. Facing 3rd and long from the 21 and hoping not to settle for a field goal. Quarterback may change this route. On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Outside the pocket, lets it go. It's caught downfield. And that's not going to be a 1st down. He stopped just millimeters away from moving the chains. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Now on the move. Touchdown, Michigan. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball. Man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The New Mexico State offense returns to the field. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board on this possession. Under fire. Unleashes it on the run. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Man, if you're going to win games, you have got to hit on the home run type plays, and that was a great opportunity right there. The receiver has got to be able to look that football in and make the catch.
Gives it on the option. Chain gang on the move. It'll be a first down at the 29.
And a great job on the offensive line. If you're going to run the ball right up the middle, you better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big gain.
Fires left. He's got an open man. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40. New Mexico State to the line after picking up the first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. He hurls one deep down the left side. And it's picked off at the goal line. That was not a great throw. Might even call it ungood. Tried to put some air under it and just made it too easy.
I don't think the quarterback had a lot of confidence in where he was going with that football, Reese. I mean, that's a ball that needed to get there so much sooner. You got to put a little bit more mustard on that throw, and just lobbing the ball down the field like that, I don't know. You're asking for an interception.
And his offense doesn't have much space to go backwards anymore, right? They've given that up, man. You got to be physical. You got to find a way to get this ball out of the area of your own end zone. You don't want to flirt with the safety, and that means being physical and getting it back downhill, not going backwards.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Wants to throw. It's Underwood. Fires to the big fella. Really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24 and moving those chains.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking,
he's got it on the left. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41.
man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
Wide open downfield. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line.
Well, there are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter, but when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out, and that's exactly what they're doing now.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Just keep slinging it. He's got it on the move. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but when you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays, and you better change your looks up to try and get a take.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Wolverine. I can hear the defensive coordinator in the next booth yelling, "Wrap up! You have to wrap up!"
Bring your feet, 4 points of contact. You hear all those stuff from your defensive coaches, but you know what? Sometimes the guy's just better than you. He makes a play and gets in the end zone.
And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Texas State has opened up a can right now, and based on what we've seen, I'm not sure anything is going to change. They're up by 17 over Louisiana. We'll keep you updated on things in a game that could alter the balance of power in the Sun Belt. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And off from the shotgun. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
Finds his man. It's Walters. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain. 4 punts already, and they've got to convert here to avoid a 5th. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on 3rd. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. He finds enough room to get it up to the 28-yard line before going out of bounds.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there, threw the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big 3rd down conversion by this offense.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Just a short pass to the tight end. Out across the 30, steps out of bounds at the 31-yard line as they try to put something together. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive 4th quarter comeback. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up this 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. The sure hands, it's Bell. Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working. This New Mexico State offense is pushing all the right buttons.
There's a reason 3rd down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at 3rd down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
The Aggies can really attack on this 2nd and short. That's caught. It's right. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Man, what a really nice job by being disciplined by this defense. Like, understanding I'm trying to rush the passer, probably a passing situation type of a deal, but doing it with some discipline. They try to sneak the screen in. They were ready for it. Nice job by this defense.
Nice play call, QB sneak, yet another 1st down. And this offense, they've been on the field for some time now. They're helping their defense out, giving them some wins so that when they get back on the field, they'll be ready to play with their hair on fire.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done going for it all. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something, and they got to do it quick.
Well, it's a good time to mix in the run play. You're down, it's late in the 4th quarter right now, and everyone's expecting you to throw, so not a lot of defenders in the box. That's a great situation to try to run the ball.
And the Aggies back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Pocket breaking down. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
I tell you what, the offense, they get the big run play, and then what are you thinking? Maybe play action, take a shot. How about the defense? They were ready to roll. Even though they gave up the run, they didn't just play the run. They were ready for the pass and got the big sack.
The Aggies now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Going to swing it on second down. Pressure coming. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack.
Man, there are defensive players out there that can just take games over, and that's what's happening with this guy right now. He is not cooperating with the offensive game plan. A sack on 2 consecutive plays, and now on third down, you know he's pinning his ears back again.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Rides the back on the option, the give. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be fourth down. They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt.
Number 17 on the field goal.
He boomed it through a 50-yard field goal, showing off that powerful leg.
And this guy has been a machine all season long. He is absolutely automatic. You know you're getting 3 points when this guy jogs on the field.
Take this one away.
The returner will field it and try to get some field position. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. So here comes the Michigan offense. Just brilliant orchestration of this offense by the sophomore quarterback. The aerial attack has been precise. They put up big numbers. They put points on the board. It has just been superb. Back to pass, it's Underwood. Finds the tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking to fire. Makes the catch. It's Moore. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down.
On the slant.
I don't know if they're trying to get this guy Heisman consideration, but the fact that they're still throwing the ball at this point of the game with a lead like they have is surprising, I gotta be honest.
Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. To the air on first down. Looking to scramble. Now he'll fire back into the middle. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. The Aggies offense will have another go at it. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. You kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
Line getting set on second down. The give to the back. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Shotgun snap on third down. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. New Mexico State will be forced to punt. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Smart move to keep it on the ground. tackled at the 43 after picking up 10.
And I think as a running back, if you're this guy, you're licking your chops right now. This is what you want, right? You've got a big lead in the fourth quarter, and you're smiling because you know you are going to get the rock. They're going to force feed you the football to try and ice this game, and he's paying him off right now. That's a really nice run.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking for a man. It's Underwood. Quickly out to the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
We're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
It'll be 3rd and long. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
You know, I'll give it to the defense here. Obviously, it has not been their day, and this offense has gone up and down the field, lighting up the scoreboard, but you're still seeing this defense compete. And on 3rd and long, expecting pass, everybody on the same page, you get the incompletion. That's something positive that their coaching staff can point to when they review the film.
Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. Leaves it with the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Unloads to the wideout. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
New Mexico State will be forced to punt.
In punt formation to kick it away.
Probably not quite as good as he hoped as it goes out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. This sophomore behind center has been surgical in his performance. And the QB has more than had his way just lighting up the secondary and the scoreboard, Jesse.
Yeah, and Breeze, talking to the coaches coming into this one, they felt like they had a real opportunity in this game to throw the football with success, understanding just how talented their quarterback is. And he's really answered the bell. He's done a really nice job with his decisions. He's played on time. He's been accurate. And this offense has been up and down the field in large part because of how well their quarterback is playing.
Unloads to the right. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. He'll try to take it back. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Never say die attitude, and I love that, especially these young players, because they're out there competing. And I know the scoreboard right now doesn't look pretty. They're not going to come back and win this football game, but I just love kids that are competing until there's zeros on the clock.
He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 of the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Wants to go up top. Bringing the heat. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Now 3rd and long and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Off the play fake. Here comes the heat. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. And for the 2nd time in this game, he'll try to knock through a field goal, this one a 41-yarder. And this one is perfect. Well, they got 3 back, but that's about all you can say about it.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. This young signal caller just seems to get better and better with each game. A most impressive outing. It's as if he's seeing things before. He's going to let it go. Snags it at the 30 and still running. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch. Some might have the philosophy to milk the clock. Others have this philosophy. Just keep going at them.
Yeah, until you stop me. And I think the offense, you can tell, it's pretty clear. They're going to keep their foot on the gas, continuing to throw the football down the field, attack, make big plays like they have all game long.
The Wolverines come to the line in the hurry-up. Dropping back, it's Underwood. Here's a hit. And he'll be knocked down at the 2-yard line. When you hit this point in the season, week 7, you sort of turn the corner and you remain unbeaten. At this point, you've morphed into a championship contender.
Yes, but you don't want to peek too far ahead, Reese. You kind of want to be like, nothing to see here, just move on. We haven't accomplished what we wanted yet. We haven't accomplished what we set out to do. It's week 7. I know you guys got bigger hopes and bigger dreams than just being to week 7 and being undefeated.
And guys, I've been really impressed with this team because they just seemed to always have an identity. From the very beginning of the year, they knew who they were, they knew what they were going to go out and try to accomplish and how they wanted to dominate teams. And they've been able to do that to this point. So, David, to your point, just keep getting better